Hello and Happy New Year, everybody. For those, let's see, how many people, this is their first time here? Very good. Okay.
We have a guest from all the way from Calgary today.
Very good. I'd like to welcome our first-time attendees. My name is Wayne Gramlich, and I am the president of the Brew Robotics Club this year.
And for every other year.
Well, we don't count. Okay. And so let me just sort of tell you the lay of the land here. First off, we get to use these facilities courtesy of Google. And it's very hard to find meeting spaces this size where somebody doesn't charge you for them. So the fact that we get to use this space is really quite nice. Now, the rules of the game here are they don't want you wandering around the building. Okay, so you can wander over to the restrooms, which are down that hallway. You sort of go through the door. You walk towards the elevators, and you see the elevators, turn right, and you'll find the restrooms there. You should only be walking to and from the restrooms and to and from the front door, and that's it. You're not really welcome anywhere else in the building. If they find you elsewhere in the building, we will lose this space. Okay, so it's very important not to break that one fairly simple rule. Okay, the agenda for the meeting is first we do club-related stuff because we got the captive audience. Then we switch over to show and tell, where people show their robots and other things. And then we, after show and tell, we do a 5-minute break to allow people to set up. So you can see we've got a fairly interesting robot here tonight. And then after the 5-minute break, we start the presentation. And presentation goes, and we do question and answer. And then it's usually between 9 and 9:30 then. And then for the rest of the meeting until 10, we just talk with one another, okay? And I just ruthlessly kick everybody out at 10, okay? And everybody goes out the front door. And if it's not too nasty at night, some of us will hang out around the front door until Google security comes along and kicks us off the campus, okay? So that's kind of how the whole thing works. One time, not at this facility, but at Carnegie Mellon, we stayed until 2 in the morning. It was a record. Okay, so let's do the club-related stuff. So this is the beginning of a new club year, okay? And this is when we do our membership drive. The rule on membership is it's $10 per family. If you're a family of one, well, it's still $10, okay? And the person you pay your $10 to is our Secretary Treasurer Osmond. And just for your information, officers have to pay too, so I'll be paying my $10 momentarily. Okay. So that's the dues part. You do not have to pay dues to attend these meetings. Okay, you pay dues because you're doing stuff with this club. If you're going to club-sponsored facilities like Maker Faire, or I'm not sure about Robo Games, but you do need to be a member. Okay, so we are going to have. I saw David Calkins come by here. Okay, he's going to do Robo Games. Not quite yet. We're not done with club-related stuff. Okay. Really, I just wanted to ask people how they feel about the advertising experiment that we've been doing on the club mailing list. Is anybody annoyed by it? Okay, so if you're annoyed about it, I want to hear about it because I kind of like it. It's simplified my life a lot. So when people say they want to advertise, I just say pay the money, then you advertise. Most of the people go away and don't come back, okay? Which is fine by me. And it's not usually the people that do want to advertise on the list really want to advertise to the group of people that our list comprises. Okay, our mail list is mostly comprised of people who are not members of the club. It's past 9:50 in December, okay? Okay, we haven't quite crossed 1,000. We're getting closer. So most of the people are way out of area, but they're still on the list because they find it interesting. Okay. The other thing that's going on is we're probably going to sweep through the mail list. A lot of people are unmoderated at the moment, and we're just going to switch it so that we've been talking about this for the better part of a year. You'll be moderated if you are not a member of the club, and if you're a member of the club, you will be unmoderated. Okay, and we'll make that totally official this year. And we'll do that sometime between the February meeting and the March meeting is when we'll.
What does that mean?
Right, most of you don't even know it, but when you post a message, one of the 3 list moderators reads the message and approves it. Okay, and so when the spam messages come in, they get put into the spam folder, and you guys don't have to deal with it. Okay, we're getting a reasonable amount of spam that gets killed off that way. We figure members aren't going to spam the list that often. Okay, Osmond, do you have anything that you wish to say?
Sure.
So one of the requirements for us as a unincorporated association in California is that we have to maintain a membership list. That's actually the main reason that we charge dues, is so that we can have an official membership list, which is the club, and that gives us certain protections when we go out into the public and participate in events that don't have liability coverage on their own. Otherwise, the officers of the club would be liable for if something went wrong, like a robot ran amok or something like that. But I do want to point out that dues are optional. We still encourage everybody to come to the meetings, participate in the mailing list. We don't want you to feel like you have to pay dues, although we certainly appreciate all the support that we can get. So because we're an unincorporated association, there's certain rules that go along with being such an organization. One is that we have to approve new members into the club. And so if there's anybody that has paid dues for the first time, or for whatever reason let their membership lapse and wants to come back into the club, we have to vote them in at the next meeting after they pay dues. So in this meeting, we have 3 members who have paid dues for the first time and are considered new members. To be able to vote these members in, you have to be a paid member already. So I will just trust everybody that if you're going to vote, that you are an actual member. And we'll vote these 3 members in as a group. So the new members that we have this month are David Belleville. David, are you here? Okay. Marco Walther. I saw Marco around. There it is. And James Foley. There you go. So if there's anybody that opposes including these members in the group, raise your hand.
Point of order.
Yes.
Those of us who haven't paid tonight, I understand you paying this year's dues tonight.
That's correct. If you were a member last year, you will remain a member until the end of March, even if you haven't paid dues yet. At the end of March, your membership is terminated. We'll send a robot out to take care of this.
We will terminate you.
So, all those in favor of including those 3 members in the group, raise your hand. Great. Thank you.
That's it.
And that's all I have.
Okay. So now, we do a number of events during the year. And this year we get to do Robo Games again. And we have the leader of Robo Games here, and he's going to basically ask for help. So come on down, David.
It's going to take me like 40 minutes to hook up the video.
What?
Is it going to take me 40 minutes to hook up the video?
Actually, I don't know how to hook up the video.
All right. I'll sing, I'll dance.
It might be easy, so.
Okay.
So you can either talking to this.
So, how many people here have never been to Robo Games? Raise your hand. How many people have been to Robo Games? Okay. So I printed out about like 30 of these. So the people who have been to Robo Games, you don't need one of these. People who haven't been, why don't you grab one of these? And I'll go over what Robo Games is. Contrary to my appearance, I am 1 million years old and have been doing robot shows since 1997. One of the things I noticed about robot shows was that they were highly specialized. That is, if you competed in sumo robotics, you went to Sumo Robot Show. If you competed in BattleBots, you went to BattleBots. If you did robot soccer, you did robot soccer. And all of those robots are highly specialized. All of those robotic disciplines are highly specialized. And people were not cross-pollinating and they were not learning from each other. So that is to say, the people who were doing combat robots were extraordinarily good mechanical engineers, but had very little knowledge base for autonomous robots. The people who were doing sumo robotics were very good at sensors, but were building very poorly built constructed robots in terms of their durability. The soccer people were very good autonomous programmers, yet did not build their own robots for the most part. They were buying robots off of the shelf and reprogramming them. So the goal of Robo Games, which was originally founded as Robo Olympics, was to be the Olympics of robots, and it still is. We have 54 different events. So the highlight of the handout that I'm handing you is not a big spiel on, oh my gosh, give us a bunch of money. It's a listing of the 54 different events that we do. There is everything from, as I've mentioned, robot combat, which is what draws the crowd, big 220-pound robots smashing into each other, to Lego robotics, soccer robotics, artificial intelligence, GPS-guided Robo-Magellan robots across the board. That, however, is just one of the great things, is that you get to show off your robot. Probably the best thing is meeting other robot builders. Every year we have approximately 1,000 people from around the world. Last couple of years, roughly 20 different countries competed. You get to meet a lot of very cool people who are doing similar things to you. You get to learn from them, play with them, compete against them. And if you win, you get a gold, silver, or bronze medal, just like the real Olympics. Every year I spend far more money on the medals than I should. These are not cheap little trinkety things that you get at medalsareus.com, but every year is a highly specialized medal. I think, Camp, you're probably one of the few people who's got a medal from every year.
Most of them, yes.
Are they pretty good?
I love them. They're prized items. It's a major award.
It's a major award. They're made for Gile. All right, I'm gonna plug this in, and of course the speaker thing is on the opposite side. I had a beard when this was shot. This is still sadly one of the best videos describing the event, although it's about 10 years old now.
Bring you this nation's honest games and craziest competitions. The San Francisco sports fans, they love their Giants and their 49ers, but recently the city was teeming with superhuman athletes all running.
Can you guys hear this okay?
Yeah.
All right. I'm talking steroids. I'm talking androids. Robots right this way.
Robo Games is really a scientific exhibition.
There is a wide variety of different kinds of robots. A lot of people from other countries are coming out. Where are they coming from?
From every continent.
What is the name of your robot?
The name of our robots.
Who are the paranoid androids? This is a robot Marvin.
Number 2.
Number 2. Okay, does he ever go number 2?
Sorry?
Is he peeing on me? He's a little territorial. Drop it, give me 20. Humans
still have control.
It's a hobby, it's an art form, but it's also just the thrill of being at the cutting edge of the technology and being able to make these robots do things that nobody else in the world can do.
Anytime you get keeps thinking in mass, you get societal benefits from that.
You prefer the company of robots to humans?
Yeah.
I'm here with David Coggins. He is the organizer of the Robo Games, and it was started out as the Robo Olympics. Did the Olympic Committee get on your case?
Yes, the Olympic Committee gets on everybody's case.
Tell me a little bit about how the Robo Games has evolved.
Last year we only had 31 events. This year we have 43 events. Robot soccer is probably the hardest. You have to do both the artificial intelligence as well as all the sensors to find the ball. We've got sumo competitions, which are instead of two fat guys pushing each other out of the way, you have just skinny little robots pushing
Do they
each
wear
other.
the Mawashi?
Unfortunately not. We've got Robo Magellan, in which robots are given 2 GPS points, and they have to go from point A to point B. Combat robots.
Combat.
Everybody knows it from those 2 popular TV shows. It's kind of like NASCAR, you know? It has a lot of fun to watch.
Is there any cash prizes for any of
There are cash prizes, but the real prize are the gold, silver, and bronze medals. These are all personalized with little scrolling LED displays, so if you win, it'll have your name on it. They change every year.
Bienvenidos, amigos and amigas, Robo Pero de Football.
Ivo Soccer is a part of the RoboCup initiative with the ultimate goal of getting robots to be able to beat the World Cup champion soccer team on a real soccer field.
The robot that can play soccer, the robot that can kick a ball, that can localize on the field, can also localize in any other environment. Robo Pero, Robo Pero, Robo Pero, Robo Pero, el Robo Pero, Robo Pero, Robo Pero, Robo Pero. Here comes the judge. Steel Piranha. Devil's Plunger. Leatherface. Indestructible Crazy Blue Monkey. MC P-Pants.
I watch too much TV. It's off the TV show.
Any fighting style is better for robots than others?
It's pretty much anything goes. That's why we do it behind steel cages and bulletproof glass.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. Put a rotating weapon on the back. The idea is to throw some robots up in the air.
Our idea is to get under the other guy and ram him into the wall and break him.
This is obviously a robot that should not be left alone with kids. Absolutely not. It should be left alone with me. How did you do in your last competition?
The guy was so beat up, he couldn't be repaired. I'm used to beating people, but that was a good one. I mean, I sprayed him all over the arena.
What school is this for? They're probably getting graded on this. Do you feel sorry for them at all?
Yeah, because the problem all getting us. This is an outlet for geeks and engineers.
Because nobody wants to see two geeks fight fist to fist. We're here at Robo Sumo. I know it's a little different because these robots aren't very fat. What does it do?
It finds and pushes the opponent off the sumo ring, I hope.
This gentleman's robot is lost, brought great dishonor to his family. I'm hoping he doesn't commit Harry Carey. What we're trying to do here is trying to navigate this course and autonomously find.
Let me pause for 1 second on that note on sumo. One of the distinctions of Robo Games is that the 2 top winners in the 3 kilogram sumo class get tickets to Japan to compete in the All Japan Sumo Tournament in December every year, as sponsored by the Fujisoft Corporation.
These cones along the way. There's a starting cone here, and there's a finish cone up there.
The real challenge is going from point A to point B around all the trees, the bushes.
It looks like a laptop on a radio. It's really far.
On top of it, we have a few sensors, like a webcam and some...
Oh, I'm familiar with webcams.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean for, all right, yeah.
Robo ones can walk, they can dance, they can stand on their heads. They're just very, very advanced.
He has 17 degrees of freedom. And a degree of freedom is each one of these tokens. I had 17 degrees of freedom before I got married. Maybe 3. Are your robots shy?
He's shaking right now.
Yeah, he's a little nervous. You decided to give it a weapon. If you put a real blade in there, it could possibly cut some sushi.
First place, Robo 1 demonstration. Weird 72.
Do you go to the other Robo 1 guys and you go, in your face, your robot stinks. But in here, we all know.
No, they are still not like that.
Can you do the robot? It's surprisingly hard to give a robot soul.
We've got 4 different kinds of art robots. We've got static robots, which are just robot sculptures. Kinetic robots, their goal is to just look cool. Musical playing robots, same as basically play an instrument.
We have robots that can sing, so we no longer have the need for Ashley Simpson.
My favorite is martini robots.
Oh, that's
Or a
different.
perfect martini.
If you're looking for anybody to judge the martinis, this must be a human thing. Yes. No, I would. We're not touching people there. What do you call one of those small robots? Short circuit. I know, it's good. You built a robot that can play games.
Yep, Connect 4. Drop one in there, then we
There we
hit the
go.
blue button over here. It's just going to stick that down. It's looking to see if there's an odd or an even number of chips in each column.
That's what you're going for, isn't it, robot? You're an evil bot, aren't you?
So far, you're not doing bad.
I may look stupid, but I've bested my fair share of robots. You're a little...
Probably going to go right here. This is going to give him a diagonal and a horizontal. But you can do whatever you want to. Maybe he won't see it.
I think you will see it. You bested me! Well, let's do it, robot again. First one stole my girlfriend, and now he's Do people genderize their robots? Do they say this is a boy bot? Is it a boy bot or a girl bot?
It's a car bot.
This one is a boy bot.
Oh, it's definitely a boy bot.
I would say more male than
More male, but it's got 7 inside. Boy bot.
And not the same way it was built, so built my own. It's got a little electronic controller that senses which way it's tilting and runs the wheels forward or backwards to keep it level.
Alright.
Don't fight it, just hold still.
No, I need to do this. With all your knowledge of robots, have you made a pleasure bot? No, this is my one and only bot. How far away are we from a pleasure bot?
This close, I hope.
I think you need to get out more, find a date.
These are robots that I have captured in the field. They have intermixed and have mutated into...
Breeding robots.
Yes.
Mutating.
You have a cell phone on you?
Not at the moment.
Oh, good. Now, then what you need is phones. They go crazy over a cell phone. Well, hang on a second.
You get rid of that cell phone?
I got to take this phone.
Okay, let's play back.
Sauce is 16-ounce robots.
16 ounces of fun.
Fun and pain and damage.
It's a little underwhelming. Oh, FCP Fest throws him out of the ring quickly. You're champion. How does that feel?
Feels good, man.
I mean, with the champion Smashbox, who gets all the robots, girls, and stuff? Obviously, he's a celebrity.
Well, he's kind of a geek, so he doesn't get a whole lot of women.
This is it, people. The championship, the super heavyweight match, super megabyte, ready to take on Shovelhead.
I beat him a couple other times. He beat me a couple times, too, so it's going to be a good match.
Shovelhead is the first to attack. What a brutal attack by Shovelhead using sheer force. Here comes Super Megabyte now on the offensive. Sparks are literally flying. There goes Shovelhead's weapon. That may do it. That's 2 titles in one night here, Robo Games.
Everyone keeps getting better and better, and we have to keep getting better and better. The good thing about living in is you learn something, but it's much better to win.
So there's 54 different competitions that every person here can compete in. Like the Lego Mindstorms competitions are free for kids to compete in at a very young age, all the way up to Robo Magellan, which I know a lot of guys in this building are competing in, as well as tabletop navigation, which is the sort of homebrew robotics personalized event designed for robo games. We also need lots of volunteers to help run the show. Sometimes volunteering means you get in for free and you get to watch all of the fights, but you just have to sit in one location for 6 hours and make sure that nobody crosses a specific line or things like that. So after everybody's done talking tonight, I'll be in the back of the room sucking up to you to get you to volunteer.
What's the date?
The date is April 3rd, 4th, 5th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's 3 days long because the combat competition takes so long to get through because there's so many combat contestants. If you actually look on the sheets I handed out, it will tell you the dates of the specific events. That is to say, you do not have to be there all 3 days for most events. The kids' events by design are all on Saturdays. So all of the junior league events, which is the first column far right, are all on Saturday, so that if you're under 17, in the first place you don't have to pay to compete. In the second place, Sunday's free, so if it's soccer day or whatever, you can still go to soccer. Other events are just on Sunday. The only events that are really all 3 days are robot combat, which at this point in time, none of you are going to be able to do because it takes too long to build a combat robot. It's usually about a 6 to 12 month build. But a lot of you probably have robots right now that could compete in a lot of these fields. Cost of entrance for non-kids is $55 to compete, which is actually less than the cost of a 3-day pass to get into the event, which is $25 if you want to just come in and see the show for a day. Any other questions? I try to keep it short.
Okay. After the talk, I'm going to remind everybody that David's back there. He needs volunteers. It's really important, okay? This club has been very good sponsoring and helping David out. It's been wonderful that he's been doing robo games because otherwise we would have had to figure something else out for ourselves. So it's been very synergistic, but he needs the help. And we're going to try and get it for him.
And I forgot the one point for all of you TV lovers, because I never consider this a selling point, but it is. It will be shot for TV this year. Grant Imahara will be the star of the show, and so Grant will be on site during the taping of the show, which doesn't mean that you're going to get to sit down with Grant for 4 hours, but if you're a winner, you will probably be interviewed by Grant or something along those lines.
Is there an age restriction for volunteers?
No.
Any other questions? Another one.
So if I understood that right, we could pay $55, forget to bring our robot, still get all 3 days?
Yep.
And save money, okay.
My long-term goal would be to get rid of contestant fees. It is simply not feasible economically at this point. The show's never made money. I work, full disclosure, I work for LEGO Education full-time, which is why the LEGO events are free. Actually, I didn't do it last year. I quit, I retired, I got tired of losing money. So unfortunately, until such time as we get major sponsors, I still have to charge contestants just to hit that break-even point. But I try and keep it economically low enough that it's still feasible to come.
How much does it cost to go watch the
It's, for a ticket, it's $25 per day.
So this got kickstarted again with Kickstarter, right?
Yes.
So how does that bode
I lost a
for
bet.
future years?
I am not going to prognosticate anything ever. I can tell you that I always keep my promises, and I promise to do this year, and we'll get through this year, and we'll see how we do.
Sounds like a plan.
I will say that it was a whole lot, having not done it last year was about as bad as having done it last year. It's like the ex-girlfriend that you break up with, and you really hated her when you broke up with her, and then 6 months later, really lonely.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. So now we're going to move on to the show and tell. What?
Turtle Box?
Yeah, that's part. We'll do that. So, we also had it's called the SIG, which stands for Special Interest Group, which doesn't mean much to anybody. It's basically a meeting of us robot people without any speakers or, me yapping or anything. And we have that on the Wednesday before this meeting. The December one was basically a fairly large, swap meet. A lot of it was us cleaning out the leftovers. I can't remember who got it. David, did you get the stuff from Roger Gilbertson's robot store?
Yeah, so Roger Gilbert's, as I mentioned, I'm 1 million years old. Before there were 1 million e-commerce sites, back in the early 90s, there was robotstore.com, founded by a guy, Roger Gilbertson, who was sell tiny little boutique shop of robot kits online. Eventually got bought by Janeco. To make a very long story very short, he cleaned out his storage locker, which he got tired of paying for, which has tens of thousands of dollars worth of stuff in it. I mean, he was literally going to dump it out, but I happen to live 5 minutes from the storage locker, and I got suckered into it. And so I brought it to the last homebrew meeting, the special interest group in December, and it was a very happy Christmas for a lot of people. I mean, that hexapod had to have been worth like $1,000.
Right, there was some really good stuff going on.
There was thousands of dollars of muscle wire, raw muscle wire, nickel titanium alloy in there.
So anyhow, we handed a lot of that stuff away, and some of it is showing up here, okay, for further dispersal in the club. In fact, I have a box of stuff that I accidentally left out front that I need to pull in, of stuff that I basically said, yeah, maybe somebody will like it, take it. If not, it's probably going to go visit the landfill. So I hope some people take the stuff. So I'm going to let's start the handout process. If we have multiple people competing for something, we will usually, have people write their names on a piece of paper and raffle it off. Okay. If it's stuff from the SIG that was brought, we can give that away if we want. But if it's other stuff that's basically club owned, we will ask you to basically sign up for it. Okay, so where do we want to start? Turbobots, or there's the Roombas, what else? Who wants to? There are 3 Roombas. Who wants to do the 3 Roomba things? Is there only one left?
Only one left.
Only one left. That Roomba is free. Well, if you, okay? We want people to take it. Okay. Turbobots.
Does it actually work as a Roomba?
Who knows? Yeah. Who cares?
All right, when Willow Garage, one of our club members, Steve OK, everyone knows him as Dylan, was a sysadmin at Willow Garage, and last guy out the door, he took 3 or 4, or maybe more, Turtlebots, left them at the Hacker Dojo where they were neglected and gathering dust. So I rescued 3 of them. We also have a club bot that was given to us by Willow Garage. And that was Willie. That was Camp's first turtle bot. That was Willie. The original Willie, sorry, doesn't work anymore. But anyway, I was able to get 3 working turtle bots. Now, the idea is we loan those out to members, which means you've had to pay your $10 for a 2-month loan. And they are a complete working original Turtlebot with the Connect, and both booted up today and was publishing ROS topics. And you can learn a lot about ROS, and it's a really good learning platform. It's limited in that, when you power up everything, you got maybe 15 minutes before the battery goes. But you can do an awful lot in 15 minutes. So if you're interested in those, I guess we'll make Osmond in charge of sign out for a 2-month lease.
How many people are interested?
Anyone interested in getting a Turtlebot? Okay.
It's a great way to learn ROS.
Great way to learn
Probably one of
ROS.
the best.
You will have to provide your own laptop running Ubuntu. And it's probably 2 laptops, one on the robot and one to talk to. And it's good to have a nice Wi-Fi hub in your home, because that's how you're going to talk to them. Okay, so if you want those, they're here. And see Osmond to check out your library card or whatever.
Very good. Okay. Now I think Bob.
along the lines of the Club Robot.
Come up, Bob, so people can see you.
Along the lines of a Club Robot, a guy named Wes Theory has donated a chassis for us to use. I'm building it up so it can become a Club Robot that we all have access to, and it will run ROS. In the meantime, I built a small equivalent of it. It's got a really nice processor on it. It's got all the drive electronics, all the user I/O. I'm kind of looking for some help getting ROS running on it and having someone show me how to build a ROS node for it. So if you could help out, I'd appreciate it. I'll be here after the talk.
Very good. Okay.